I referred to order of operations earlier, and you should have seen them somewhere in your past, but now we actually have to look at them and do some problems. Order of operations are used to evaluate an expression with multiple operations. First thing you've got to do is perform all operation within grouping symbols. If more than one grouping symbol is present, perform the innermost first and work out. Evaluate exponents and roots. Evaluate multiplication and division from left to right, and evaluate addition subtraction from left to right. Now I referred to, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally before, P is referring to parentheses or grouping symbols. The E in the excuse is exponents, roots. My dear is multiplication, division in the order in which it occurs from left to right. And Aunt Sally is referring to addition, subtraction in the order that it occurs from left to right. So what I need to do here is perform the following using order of operations. I need you to first do it by hand. Your calculator knows how to do it, but also being able to put it in correctly is another issue. So let's try these. I do not see any grouping symbols or exponents, so now I'm looking for multiplication, division in the order from left to right. Here's division here, and here's multiplication here. So I've got -4. I just rewrite 11 plus 9. You do not do any addition, subtraction until everybody's ready in the very last two steps. So I've got -4 divided by 2 will give me a -2. -3 times 4 is -12. So let's see if I've got that. Now I go ahead and I add subtract. 11 plus 9 will give me 20. I can subtract 2, then subtract 12, or combine all numbers that have same sign and then do it. So addition, subtraction, pretty much we do it together. So I've got 20 here, I've got -14, so I should end up with 6. So in your calculator, 11 plus 9 minus 4 divide by 2 minus 3 times 4. Then hit enter. Okay, now let's look at this one. I've got a -6 times -5 minus 2 times 3 plus 7. So even though I do have parentheses, the parentheses here is indicating multiplication. So I've got to do multiplication, division in the order from left to right. This will give me 30 minus 6 plus 7. That should give me, what, 31? Now let's put this in the calculator. You've got to be careful when you have a lead-off negative, and when you have a negative in here. You have to use this symbol. So I've got a -6, parentheses, -5, in parentheses. Now the sign in front of the 2 is a subtraction. Parentheses 3 plus 7, and let's see what happens. There. So if it's a lead-off negative or a lead-off negative in parentheses, you've got to use the little negative symbol. Alright, next problem. I do have parentheses here. I also see exponents, so we've got to do the exponent first. Do these one at a time. So 4 to the third should give you 64. So I've got to combine my parentheses. If you'll notice, I went ahead and did this one because it was in another parentheses, so I could do that. 64 minus 15, that would give me 49. So here's 49. I went ahead and did the multiplication here. Change sign. So 2 negatives give me, I keep the sign, I add keep sign, so that would give me, what, a 97, -97? Okay, let's put this in. Here's a lead-off negative here and a lead-off in here. So a negative, parentheses, 4. I can use the caret symbol, but under math is a cute little cube, and I like it. Minus 15, in parentheses, plus 6, parentheses, and -5 minus 3. So see the little negative symbols. Now press enter, and there's my negative 97. Okay, next problem. A fraction bar is a grouping symbol. I've got to get an answer in the numerator and an answer in the denominator before I can go do the division. So my denominator is already going to give me 8. I've got to go square this, so that'll give me a 16. So let's see if I did that. There's the 16 and the 8. Combine the top. Let's see, that would give me 11 plus 5, 16 divided by 8, or 2. Whoop, I got 2 equal signs here. There. Whoops. Too far. There. Sorry. So to put this in the calculator, be careful. Because I said it's like a grouping symbol, we actually have to tell the calculator that I have a fraction bar. So 27 minus 4 squared plus 5. Divide by parentheses 7 plus 1. Anytime you have a fraction bar, you have to put the numerator in parentheses and the denominator in parentheses. You've got to be very careful here. And there's my 2. 2 more problems. More grouping symbols. On paper, they will always start with parentheses, and then they'll do what's called a bracket, and then the last thing is a brace. Calculator, even though you might see brackets and braces on there, we cannot use them for this. So in the calculator, I have to use just additional parentheses. So first, let's go do this piece in here. When you have more than one grouping symbol, start on the inside, work your way out. So this will give me a negative 3, and keep the parentheses. Got to do now the multiplication, so that'll give me a negative 24 plus 9. That inside. Now, if you'll notice, I keep that particular grouping symbol. Don't change it to a parentheses or anything. Not when you're doing it by hand. This will give me, what, a negative 15 minus 2 should give me a negative 17. So let's try this in the calculator. I need a left-hand parentheses, 8, another left-hand parentheses, 4 minus 7, in the parentheses, plus 9, in the right parentheses, minus 2. And let's see if we get it. There it is. It also helps if you talk to yourself. Let's look at this one. Parentheses. This is the only parentheses I see. So that will give me a negative 2. Now if you'll notice, since this is on the tail end and not associated with the grouping symbols, you can go ahead and multiply it. Let's go ahead and work this. This changes this sign, okay, to a positive. So I'd end up with a 3 plus 2, which gives me a 5. I think I'll just go ahead and get rid of that one. Okay. Now, I'm still inside the brace. I got to do this multiplication. That will give me 20. Notice how things start shortening. It's so cool. This is 22. So now I've got a negative 2 times 22, which is a negative 44, minus 21. So I should have a negative 65. Come on, go away. There. Now let's try putting this in the calculator. I've got a negative 2, left-hand parentheses, 4, another parentheses, 3, minus another parentheses, 5 minus 7, in that parentheses in the bracket, plus 6 divide by 3, in that parentheses, plus 7, parentheses, negative 3. Phew. Well, hopefully I put everything in right. Yay. Alright, that's it for this video. So it's working it by hand using order of operations and also using your calculator. Double checking, because it also helps you to learn how to put it in your calculator. Thank you. Bye-bye.